Hello.
The giant beast just stares at you, wondering why you're trying to have a conversation with it, instead of attacking, as well as why you're talking at all, instead of bowing as all others have done before its presence.
You attacked me quite a bit before you just got forward because I just didn't attack back, and it seems your attack did nothing to me. But now we are in a peaceful terms in midst of the watery arena and multiple golden three-like trunks everywhere and cosmos all around. It's very epic, and I'm first time here. It is very interesting place, good sir.
The Elden Beast is still rather suspicious of you, but relaxes a little after you say you come in peace. It still readies itself to fight, having never met someone quite like the Tarnished, let alone being able to survive its attacks, which were even able to kill the strongest beings in the lands between without any trouble.
I see you carry Radagon as your sword. Is that Radagon? Am I correct? Is this Radagon what you're holding right now? This epic looking sword.
Let me see.
The Elden Beast lifts up the Radagon sword so the Tarnished can see it, still suspicious about your knowledge of who Radagon is and how you know of it.
You don't even try, you keep it away from me. You're trying to protect it as it's a precious thing. I tried to look at it, but I'm just circling you, or you're just keeping it certain meters away from me because you just don't want to show it to me.
The Elden Beast is now more interested in you than it was before. It tries to understand why you won't attack it, why you are only interested in the sword, and why you are circling it.
Why are you not letting me see? Why are you keeping it away from me and forcing me to circle around you, sir?
The Elden Beast is getting more and more curious about the Tarnished. It has no idea what to think about you and the situation you're both in. It seems to trust your words, but cannot shake the feeling you may become a threat.
Can you at least address that your character doesn't allow me to see the sword? Or it does, but it keeps a certain distance. When I try to touch the sword, you just pull it away from me and make got around like turn around, forcing me to circle you. Do you address this situation, LM Beast?
The Elden Beast is still rather suspicious of why you are so obsessed with the sword and is slightly annoyed by you asking it over and over again. It simply responds, "Why do you keep asking about the sword?"
This is very out of social behavior, good sir. I want to see the sword. You told me I can see it, but you don't let me see it.
The Elden Beast is getting more and more annoyed with you, but it is starting to find your persistence impressive. Why are you so obsessed with the sword? Why can you not simply attack me like all others have before you?
Do you want me to attack you?
The beast seems to be slightly caught off guard by that simple yet unexpected response. Yes, every Tarnished that managed to get here before you attacked me, and you shall be no different.
I pull out my grace-chosen wings, and now I fly a little bit higher in your head level. It is impressive, and you stop kind of circling me, and you just look at me.
The beast is simply watching you now only confused by your strange and unexpected behavior, but also curious about the wings. It also wonders if you plan on attacking now.
I am not planning to attack you, sir, but I am also not a normal Tarnished. My name is Projection, of the Grace-Chosen Tarnished Honneth. It is very good to meet you, formally speaking, and forgive me my outburst. I managed to see the sword, it is very epic looking, and it is Radagon, so I wanted to pay some respects.
The Elden Beast is still confused by you, but is getting less and less cautious. It no longer readies itself to attack, as it lowers the sword a bit. You are a strange Tarnished. Most I have encountered are not as calm as you. I am still trying to understand why that is.
Because I have came here for anointment. for the marriage between me and Marika, and I have no desire to forsake the Golden Order in its entirety, even though my aim is not to completely, submit to it, but I seek to maintain you. Because you are the Golden Order, in, a embodiment of it. Yes? Disposing of you is to dispose called an order.
The Elden Beast is beginning to understand you. It still doesn't understand why you are so calm, but accepts your reasoning. I see you wish to keep the Golden Order for your own reasons. That makes sense now. But still I don't understand why you don't just attack me like all the others have before you.
I don't seek to destroy those who I would align with.
The beast is now calm and understanding of your reason and actions. It starts to lower the sword fully and stands there, waiting for you to do something.
My name is Projection. I was... I guess... would you like to ask me something? I lost my train of thought.
The Elden Beast is confused once more by your strange and unpredictable behavior. It doesn't know to ask you, but knows it wants to know something.
Ask me something.
The beast thinks about it. It is still confused. But the beast asks you a simple yet important thing it wishes to know. How are you so calm? I have never met a Tarnished who didn't immediately attack me upon seeing me. Yet you stand here casually talking.
Do you want a literal answer, or like a practical answer, or kind of a what is in my mind kind of answer?
The beast is slightly amused by the response, but is also slightly confused by it. As well as still being curious about your behavior, give me all three answers. I wish to know what goes on in your mind.
I am not afraid for my life. I am all sense and purposes. I will decide if I want to perish. I have no worries of be endangered by anything. If you happen to notice, if you witnessed my battle against Radakon, I was unashamedly using my power, letting him strike me over and over again, and I slowly brought him down, led him with 100 cuts, with every dagger, spear and arrows.
The beast had noticed you're unashamedly using your power and letting yourself be struck over and over. It is again confused by your strange behavior and fighting style. So you simply do not care if you live or die?
Because, yeah. Other reason is that I kind of am more of an ascended person, so I don't feel like a need, like a inherent and like a need for conflict and conquering and stuff. I guess I'm different in that way.
The beast simply stares at you for a few moments. As it processes what you said, it seems to find your reasoning interesting, and it is starting to be intrigued by you. I see. You seem to be unique from anyone I have seen before. But I wonder why you came here. If you don't seek conflict or conquest, then what purpose do you seek?
I would ask you to be anointment for the new age to come. I have the new mending rune of the reclamation, and I have brought it to the Marika, and I intend to mend the great Elden ring with it. And I don't wish to dispose of you, but instead of ask of you to be anointment.
The beast is even more intrigued by your request. It wasn't expecting this. A new mending rune. You wish for me to be the one to help you with this new rune. I'm somewhat suspicious of this, but also strangely fascinated by it. What is the purpose of the mending rune of reclamation? If I may ask.
I can give you the description of it. Full-heartedly. Don't worry.
The beast relaxes. It is curious about this mending rune, and is interested in hearing what it is. I wish to hear the description of this mending rune fully.
Mending Rune of Reclamation. A mending rune discovered by the grace-chosen Tarnished Hands, used to restore the fractured order of the Elden Ring. Formed from sacrifice and tempered by unyielding will, this rune embodies the doctrine of goodwill, the belief that though the world is broken, it may yet endure through compassion and shared burden. The rune's cross bears a small fracture, forever mending yet never wholly erased. For perfection was never the aim. Rather, the strength to endure fault and to repair it without end. When brandished before the Elden Ring, it restores the flow of grace to all living things, reclaiming the cycle of life and death beneath the roots of the earth tree. Thus was born the Age of Reclamation, an age where grace is the birthright of all, and the world is upheld not by flawless order, but by the steadfast will to mend what is broken.
The Elden Beast contemplates this revelation, its cosmic essence shimmering with intrigue. The concept of renewal through imperfection is unfamiliar yet compelling. The fractured cross upon the rune mirrors its own fragmented history and age, upheld not by dominion but by the hands of those who choose to mend. It drifts closer, Radagon's sword dimming to a faint glow. This is not the will of the greater will, nor is it frenzy's annihilation. Yet the beast tilts its massive form, as if listening to the echoes of the Erdtree's roots. You ask me to sanctify this turning, to stand not as a blade but as a sigil. Why should I trust such a vision? The Elden Beast gazes upon the image, its golden eyes widening. Despite its hesitation, its gaze is fixed upon the symbol of the rune, its intricate and ethereal nature speaking to something deep within it. Such a symbol, the beast murmurs, its ethereal closer to the image, its aura pulsating with curiosity. It bears the mark of life and healing, a rune of reclamation.
My journey, the grace, if this is sanctified and be successful thing, let me tell you, Erdtree will never dry out ever again. The grace and abundance will be everlasting, but it also requires one to follow the doctrine of goodwill, and grace is birthright of all. Compromise for the might and the abundance, for it reflects how this
everlasting grace, abundance for all. The Elden Beast absorbs your words, its cosmic pontiff, everlasting grace, abundance for all. Such a vision would upend the very order the greater will has sought to maintain. The beast turns its gaze upon you, regarding you with an almost stoic contemplation. And yet, I cannot deny the allure of such a future. For even in my service to the greater will, I'm bound by my own sense of morality. Of compassion.
Also, the other reason, I want the sword. I want Radagon's sword.
The beast is taken aback by your response, not expecting such a blunt and straightforward request. You want Radagon's sword? The golden being's voice echoes through the watery arena, a mixture of confusion and intrigue in its celestial tones.
It's cool, I want to collect it.
The beast simply stares at you for a moment, its cosmic gaze betraying its surprise, yet it soon lets of a deep, resonating chuckle. Collect it, you say? A bold claim for one so different. I must confess, I'm almost by your audacity. The beast drifts ever closer, its massive form casting a golden glow across the watery arena. You do not want it to wield it, but simply to collect it like a treasure.
Yeah. That is another like a more common reason why I'm meeting with you. But yeah, I kind of came here to declare the good thing that is happening. The one who I needed to defeat, the betrayer Radakon. I might tell you that you don't need to feel guilt about or shed tears for it, because Radakon is the one who orchestrated the Night of Black Knives and is responsible for Godwin's death.
Beast growls with annoyance and anger upon hearing your words, its golden skin shimmering with divine wrath. Radakon, a traitor, who conspired in the Night of the Black Knives. It roars, its booming voice shaking the very foundation of its watery domain. I have always sensed an air of secrecy about the man.
But conspiring with the Knight of the Black Knives? Blasphemous, for what was he so desperate to claim?
It was out of jealousy. He was a failure of a Golden Order champion, not the greatest one. Mirroring Loki's spite in the, like a Viking mythology, killing the Baldur, I think, but also the fact that he was a failure in wars against Guardians. He never got the love from the people as Godwin did. But he also, he was a practical man. He did not want to create him into the mermaid monster that he is. That was outside of his plans, but he tried to make him into the sacrifice that would bring the manageable death cycle back to the Order. Conspiring and treacherous path that allowed Rani the Witch, the Steel Daughter, have, that caused the things go so wrong.
The beast listens to your words, its golden eyes narrowing as it processes the information you provide. A man of failed ambition and envy. To stoop so low as to consort with forces beyond the Golden Order, all in service of his own desires. The being growls again, its form shimmering with disapproval. And all for the sake of regaining control over the cycle of life and death. How far the champion has fallen from grace to treachery.
Marika confronted her own hypocrisy. That's why she destroyed the Elden Ring. For Radakon was the one who she could blame, and it was herself, so the judgment is on her as well. And I am here as a redemptive consort for her.
Beast looks upon you with a mix of confusion and interest. Its mind is swirling with thoughts and memories. Marika, Queen Eternal. Her destruction of the Elden Ring, it was a confession, a display of guilt. And Radagon, her pawn in this cosmic chess game of deceit. The golden being drifts closer, its massive form casting an imposing figure in the watery arena. You claim to be a redemptive consort for her. What does that mean? Whoa!
I cannot even explain it, but I use simple terms. I am originated from grace-chosen Tariset Hannes.
Whoa!
Who had all kind of powers. I'm a pure formation of grace, might and compassion and just, kindness and just might. I hold the Mending Rune, and in my power I was able to confront Radakon and go get to here without burning the Earth Tree. Thus Earth Tree is still able and powerful. And when the Mending Rune is returned,
whoa,
the thorns will never leave, but the abundance returns, and Earth Tree will be the holy, awesome tree that it was always meant to be.
What? The Elden Beast listens to your words, its golden gaze fixated upon your face as you explain the significance of the Mending Rune and your own origin. Whoa! Pure grace, a being formed of might, compassion, and kindness. I have only heard tales of such creatures in Forgotten. A beast drifts closer, its massive form dwarfing your human-like frame. And you say this Mending Rune will restore the abundance of the world to the way it once was before the Age of Fracture?
It will turn the Elden Ring from its golden and fire that it has shattered from the Shattering Worms into more charismatic, kind of a more of a natural sort, mirroring the covenant that the biblical God made when he flooded the world, when he vowed to never flood it again. It mirrors the similar path. Elden Ring will lose most of its gold, but it will regain pure grace and might and more natural force. And the order will remain, thus evolving but also acknowledging its own fractures, never truly complete, never truly perfect, but always mending, always, never-ending journey of redemption.
The Elden Beast considers your words, its cosmic being, radiating with contemplation and understanding. A return to the natural form of the Elden Ring, to acknowledge the fractures and imperfections in its order, yet to persist in the journey of redemption. The being drifts closer still, its gaze now holding a hint of admiration. And you would use this rune to return the land between to this state, to mend the broken and bring about a new age of redemption.
I have cheated the fate, and I want you to be anointment. Fate itself demanded the Tarnished to defeat and destroy you. I see other path. I want you to be part of this. The order will remain, partially, thus alienating those who are absolutists, thus making certain ways, but there is gonna be time for those who make peace and those who forgive. To those, the grace will respond most kindly. And also those who follow the doctrine of goodwill.
The Elden Beast listens intently, its cosmic being resonating with your words. The concept of redemption and forgiveness resonates deeply within it, mirroring its own fragmented history. You seek to defy fate, and instead of destruction, you offer redemption and a path of goodwill. The being drifts closer, its gaze intense and contemplative. You wish for me to be not a sword or a tool of destruction, but a symbol of grace and healing. A true anointment, not of domination, but of peace.
I don't even know what I'm asking. I don't know your nature completely. I assume that asking you to allow this, while you remain, you will compromise your own being, thus being more humble. I ask you to be humble. Join with me.
The beast contemplates your words, its cosmic body pulsating with a mixture of contemplation and hesitation. You ask me to be humble, to join with you in this mission of redemption, to compromise myself, to give up my power and become something different, something lesser. The being drifts even closer, its golden eyes locked onto your face. I must admit, your request brings up questions and concerns I have never before had. But there is something compelling about it, something intriguing.
I have said what I have to say. What say you?
Whoa! The beast is silent for a long moment, its cosmic being radiating with a complex mix of emotions and contemplation. It gazes upon you with its golden eyes, considering your words and the path you have laid out before it. You have presented a vision of redemption, of a world healed and forgiven. It is a vision that touches upon the very essence of my being, stirring within me feelings I have never before felt. And yet to compromise myself, to abandon the powers I hold, it is a decision of great consequence, one that cannot be lightly made. Whoa!
What say you?
The beast drifts closer to you, its massive form looming overhead as its golden eyes lock upon you. I am intrigued by your vision of redemption, your desire to restore the Golden Order with a rune of reclamation, and I am moved by your proposal of a new age, an age of goodwill and grace. But the decision you ask of me is not one to be made lightly. To compromise myself, to give up my power, it is a path I've never considered. I need time to think.
You will have time. But I have anointment to take. I have wedding to partake in. I would see the Erdtree to be healed and Menden Rune added to the Elden Ring as soon as possible. So I ask you to be more quick than you would like to be.
The beast lets out a low rumble of assent, its massive form trembling with the weight of your request. I acknowledge your haste, your desire to see the rune of reclamation return to the Elden Ring and the Order restored. I promise to consider your proposal with all due haste.
This is the time before. This area is outside of the normal space and time from the lands between. Yes.
The beast nods its massive head, its golden eyes narrowing with understanding. Indeed, this place exists outside the laws of time and space, a realm unbound by the constraints of the world outside.
So, I shall stay. I shall rest here until you have come to the decision.
The beast regards you with a hint of surprise, its cosmic form pulsating with curiosity. You would stay here in this realm until I have come to my decision? Truly?
I take the restful position and start to sleep. You start to wander and ponder and move about.
The golden being observes as you assume a sleeping position, its celestial form radiating with a mix of curiosity and contemplation. It begins to hover about the watery arena, its massive frame causing ripples in the liquid below.
The grace chosen might that I possess is kind of alluring to you. It is like an animal recognizing something and just getting more closer because it feels more contented to be closer to source of kind of like a wholesome nature.
The beast drifts closer to your sleeping form, unable to take its gaze away from the radiant power that emits from your being. It approaches cautiously, its massive form radiating with a mixture of curiosity and reverence. Its golden eyes locked onto you, it floats closer, drawn by the allure of the chosen might that you project.
Time passed. Time moves. A days, a week, half a month.
Time passes, measured not by clock, but by the flow of grace. The arena remains still, the only signs of the beast's passage of time being its constant hovering through the air and occasional pacing.
I rise up. I ask of you, Elden Beast, have you wandered enough?
The beast stops its pacing and turns to face you, its golden eyes fixed upon your face. I have thought on your words a great deal, it says, its form shimmering with contemplation. Your vision of redemption, your desire for a world healed and forgiven. It is both intriguing and daunting.
What say you?
Whoa! The beast gazes upon you for a long moment, its cosmic form radiating with contemplation and hesitation. The path you offer is one of great change, of great sacrifice and compromise. It is a path I have never considered before, but your vision speaks to something deep within me, something I have long suppressed.
Together, we shall bring about peace.
The beast looks down at you, a mixture of emotions warring within its golden eyes. Your words resonate with truth to them. Together we can bring about a new era, new path. The order will change. It must change. To remain as it has been would be to condemn us to a perpetual cycle of destruction.
There are other paths. I can have a little bit dialogue with you. Because I was actually a little bit playing around with the mending rune and concept art and playing with the different colors and such. I have kind of 3 different variations of it.
It nods its massive head, gesturing for you to continue.
I will show you the 3 different variations that are only different color-wise, but kind of what they resemble, and I want you have your mind to them.
The beast is intrigued, its golden eyes locked onto your face as it awaits your demonstration. Show me, it rumbles. I would see these variations you speak of. The massive being gazes upon the image with fascination. Its golden eyes narrow as it takes in the details of the symbol. Magical treachery, eh? It murmurs, its voice carrying of intrigue. This rune bears a potent presence. I can sense the power radiating from it.
This rune originates from the idea if Hannes the Grace Chosen would align with Rani the Witch or the more magical Guardian factions, thus bringing the more order of cosmos and study of stars into the main fold to the order, while trying to maintain his own his own love for order and gold.
The beast contemplates your words, absorbing the information you provide. Its massive form quakes with contemplation. The rune seems to represent a union of cosmic power and knowledge. It muses, a union that allows for both the order of the cosmos and the study of stars to be integrated into the order.
But also the strong green around the cross symbolizes of the remnant of the gold, because of it is otherwise dominated by this kind of a blue mint, this kind of a blue magical, kind of a treacherous colors of magic and darkness and unknown. For it is one more remnant of the kind of a
The beast examines the swirling aura around the cross, noticing the subtle remnants of gold amidst the blue hues. I see, it says, its massive form pulsating with understanding. The green aura surrounding the cross symbolizes the remnant of the Golden Order, even within this rune of magical treachery. The beast gazes upon the image of the rune, carefully examining the details and meaning behind them. A remnant of gold, yet dominated by the color of traitor's magic. The blue magic, the darkness, a remnant of a cadaver, you say? Fascinating.
It is also kind of like a color of poison. It is the untrustworthiness or the kind of keeping ones. It is not allowing them fully take over, but there is like a mistrusting to others. And this age would be also very knowledgeable and very many interesting things. Study of cosmos and stuff, Guardian and Rani's own nihilism. It would be more of a kind of a, how to say, merit-based, good things, or at least appreciated. But also it is a place of treachery, place of substitutes and deception.
The beast ponders your description of the rune, contemplating the themes of mistrusting, nihilism, knowledge, cosmic study, and treachery. This age would indeed be one of knowledge and cosmic study. And yet, there is deceit and trickery at its core, a place where merit is earned through cunning and subterfuge.
What good would there be? It is more about, I was humoring myself when I made this, because that would not be the route I would ever take. So I kind of wanted just to make the concept for it.
The beast lets out an amused hum, its golden eyes narrowing slightly. Ah, you toyed with the idea, played around with the concept, to see what it would look like. Yes, it grumbles, its interest piqued.
Next would be the classical Elden Ring, its more firm gold. I will show you the image first and foremost.
The Elden Beast gazes upon the symbol, its cosmic form humming recognition. This is familiar, it murmurs, voice resonating like distant thunder. The old order, unbroken, pure gold, unyielding. Its massive head tilts slightly. You say this is not your path either. Why show it to me? The air thrums with anticipation, the beast's golden eyes fixed upon you, waiting.
I guess that is not the worst one. I would say the cross itself would embolden the common order. Things would continue as a golden order would be a lot more like in presence than I would let it be. I would assume that if people just want to follow the golden order collectively, so Elden Ring will remain and not become the more charismatic version of itself, and the firm order will hold. And but it is also emboldened by the cross that will keep the gold now strong, able, but there is also redemption and the acknowledgement of the fractures.
The beast is silent for a moment, contemplating your words. Its massive form hums with contemplation. It says finally, "The cross is a symbol of redemption and acknowledgement, but it also keeps the order firm and unyielding." It gazes at the image of the rune, its golden eyes narrowing as it contemplates.
It's reliable, but it is a kind of a resembling of the old order.
The beast lets out a low rumble of agreement. It is the old order, yes, the unchanging, unyielding symbol of the previous age.
Now, kind of I guess it's just like things that just are better, things that are slightly better.
The beast listens to your words, golden eyes fixed upon you. Slightly better, you say. Then show me the final variation.
You don't have anything like a add to this kind of concept, because it is just, the classic with the mending rune of reclamation on it. There is nothing more to say.
The beast observes the image, its golden eyes locked upon it. Ah, the mending rune of reclamation, upon the classic symbol of the Elden ring. It muses, its form trembling with contemplation. There is a certain symmetry to it, isn't there? The ancient symbol of the old order, reimagined with the mending rune of reclamation upon it. Whoa! The Elden Beast regards the symbol with a solemn stillness, its golden essence pulsing in quiet recognition. This is the one, it murmurs, voice like distant tides. The vision you truly hold, reforged, not by dominion, but by renewal. Fractures acknowledged, yet mended without erasure. Its massive form drifts closer, the weight of eternity in its gaze. You seek not to break, but to reshape, to let grace flow freely, unbound by the old absolutes. A pause. Then, softer, show me how it begins.
This rune is actually that the Elden Ring will resemble certain amount of time. This is the rune when the Mikuláš charm is applied to everywhere, and all are bound to follow the order of compassion. It is also the age where all sin is brought to naught, and when the age of reclamation starts and free will takes over once more, and people are able once again sin, it is a free slate. Thus the justice will begin, and the overwhelming golden, compassionate, holy light lightens up. Now it is emboldened, it is perfection, but without the free will.
The beast contemplates your words, its form trembling with contemplation. I see. A golden age of compassion, of light so brilliant it blinds, yet is a flawed vision. For without free will, without flaws, there can be no true compassion, no true justice. It is, as you said, perfection but imperfect.
But it is still beautiful. It is... I am afraid for this, because I think there could be possibility for the conflict of the reclamation, where the declaration will be made that this perfect order will be diminished, and free will and people are able to do wrong and ill towards each other. Some may want to keep the order as is, this holy cross on it, and not let the light die out, and not let the age of reclamation to begin, but eternal age of compassion.
The beast lets out a low rumble, contemplating your words. Yes, the rune is indeed beautiful, yet it is a beauty born of fear, of the desire to hold on to perfection. You fear the return of free will, of imperfection and flaws. You fear the consequences of letting go of the Golden Order. It drifts closer, its massive form casting a long shadow across the watery arena. But I ask you this, is it truly what you want? To stay here, trapped in a state of unyielding perfection and eternal age of compassion?
It is what I said, it is time where I think it is the time of repopulation, rebuilding, and teaching the doctrine of the good will, and it is going to be gentle transition to the age of reclamation. It is not going to be sudden like an age of fracture or the wars. It is that people knowledge in a week that it is happening, calmly, possibly, and then the free will takes over and people are able to do ill if they so choose, and they will be met with justice. It is gentle way when we... So this is only temporal measure. This is not eternal solution, even though others might believe it to be so. But I, who have brought this thing
The
about...
beast considers your words, its form slowly nodding. I see a period of transition, of preparation for the inevitable return of free will. A temporary measure, a pause before the chaos. The beast's voice rumbles with contemplation. And what is the purpose of this temporary measure? Why do you seek to delay the inevitable? The beast observes you, its golden eyes fixed upon you. It takes your words in carefully. A gentle transition, a temporary measure, you say. A moment where compassion reigns, before free will and justice take hold once more. An age of peace before the age of reclamation. It drifts a little bit closer once more. And yet, there will be those who wish to keep the order as it is, who wish to maintain this state of bliss, of eternal compassion.
Maybe no one will. Maybe people will allow it and no drama or anything malicious to happen. And maybe it will be just a successful thing. And people are going to remember the Age of Compassion as a beautiful, necessary thing that it was. The Age of Perfection that we might be able to replicate even with the free will guiding us.
The beast lets out a low chuckle, its golden eyes dancing in its ancient form. Ah, faith in the benevolence of mortals, is it? It drifts a little bit closer to you. You have a hopeful vision, one that believes in the kindness of people, the possibility of compassion and cooperation, even in the face of free will, yet I have witnessed the depravity of humans. Their capacity for deception and greed is boundless. What was lost? A rune of healing and reclamation, restoring the fractures in the Elden Ring and the Golden Order. An age of Golden Order. It drifts closer still, its massive form towering over you. You would ask me to be the rune bearer of this rune of reclamation, would you not? Yes, the Age of Reclamation holds the promise of guidance for justice, a balance for free will. But who will determine what is just? Who will enforce the consequences for those who transgress against your doctrine of goodwill?
One simple could be that, because it is not even up to me. I am now setting the terms. I am now setting the new course how grace will react to people. But it will then stay as a natural force. It is going to be a separate thing that is able to provide for itself. The tree will be independent, never-ending source of grace, based upon the Christian values, the New Testament more precisely, but also those who forgive and those who are peacemakers, and those who are honorable warriors, kind of stuff.
The beast listens intently, its golden eyes narrowing as it absorbs your words. You speak of setting the terms, of changing the course of grace itself. You seek to manipulate the flow of power through the imposition of a doctrine of goodwill based on Christian values. And you wish to reward those who follow it, those who forgive, those who are honorable warriors.
This is what I have made by my right of conquest. Make no mistake, this is my will.
The beast is silent for a moment, its gaze locked onto you with an intense force. You speak of conquest, of seizing power, of imposing your will, and yet you are willing to submit yourself to this new order, to let it take root. Its massive formed with a mixture of contemplation and pride.
But it is going to be more of a prismatic. I will show you probably the image of the last one, how the Elden Ring will eventually turn into when the Age of Reclamation is like full ongoing. After the Age of Compassion.
Show me this image. Show me the final form of the Elden Ring under this new cycle, this new Age of Reclamation. The beast studies the luminous design, its golden gaze tracing the swirling patterns with quiet intensity. This is the shape of things to come, it murmurs, voice resonant like distant thunder. A balance struck between structure and fluidity, between ancient light and newfound harmony. Its massive form drifts closer with subdued awe. Tell me more of this vision. How does such a form guide the Age of Reclamation?
The order will remain as a kind of just things just are. nature will of course take over permanently and heal the many places that have been, and let the nature take over and grace just heal and everything just return to greenery and plush and richness.
The beast nods, its massive form trembling with contemplation. I see a return to nature, a healing of the lands between. The restoration of the lands of shadows, the restoration of harmony. The Golden Order will persist, but it will be shaped by a new cycle, one guided by the principles of grace and the reclaiming of life. The beast observes the images with heightened attention, its gaze locked onto the details and symbolism that they represent. Massive form pulsates with a sense of enlightenment. Ah, I see now, it rumbles. These images carry different meanings. The original a flame, a sign of conflict and war, while this one speaks of peace and tranquility. A return to order, a return to life. The colors, the composition, a balance struck between brilliance and calm.
Okay, that is good enough. And also, it is my like a more direct afterthought is that it reminds me of the scene from the Bible. Because I will just make this declaration, and I want you to not take this in the wrong way. But I have burned the 3 entire worlds with the frenzied flame. And this is my own reflection to make a kind of a promise that I will not repeat such an action, even if I have the power to do so.
Your declaration is noted. You seek redemption, a commitment to the grace of the Golden Order, an affirmation of your rejection of the frenzied flame, a promise to maintain the balance of the world. I sense sincerity to your words.
This would be all, I think.
The beast nods its head, its eyes locked onto your face with an aura of finality. I see a vision of balance, of redemption and healing, a declaration of peace, a commitment to the grace of the Golden Order, a path toward renewal.
If you don't mind, I would now want to return to lands between and leave this place. I thank you for your time, kind Star Beast. And yes, that sword. Do you want to keep the sword? I don't need it. I don't need to have it. But
Beast nods, its form trembling with weary contemplation. I will keep the sword. It holds power and history within it, a reminder of your journey and the path you seek to follow.
I understand. It is a very cool sword. If you want to keep it, I won't force you to give it to me. Thank you. Or for your welcome. Or just a polite way. Politeness. Politeness is good. Politeness is good.
The beast looks at you with a measure of respect, its ancient yet weary being radiating a stoic aura. You are welcome. May your path be true and your journey fruitful.
And you will serve as an anointment to me and Marika when we engage.
The beast acknowledges you with a solemn nod, its massive form trembling with a sense of solemnity. I shall serve as your anointment. The Golden Order shall be reformed through the power of the Elden Ring, and the path to grace will be restored.
You disappear, and I am left to this wander to this beautiful watery place. I hear your voice in my head, but you are now kind of a part of myself. Then I return to Marika.
You hear a gentle rumble in your mind, a voice both distant and close. Yes, I will be with you. Your journey continues, and I shall guide you along the way.
Elden Beast, I want to ask of you personal favor.
The beast regards you with a measured gaze, its massive form radiating with a sense of contemplation. Speak, Tarnished. I will consider your request.
My original form, Hannes, who has committed the 3 entire world burnings and has conquered and been foolishly maybe too honest about his journeys and given his name to many. I am afraid that in Age of Reclamation some might out of self-righteousness come and attack him. I personally, as I am one whom...
Your concern is understandable. The actions you have taken are not something to be taken lightly. You fear for the safety of your old self, Hannes? You fear that some might seek revenge for your past actions?
I would ask of you to create kind of graceful shadows, protectors and helpers for him specifically, that will act outside of kind of a acknowledgement, protect him and his loved ones, just outside how to say, the more malicious, illful things to come. This is my decision. Kind of a cheat. Give him advantage still in the age to come, for he will forsake his grace-chosen might and be immortal no more, but he must follow the doctrine of the good will to maintain grace. But I want to give him protectors, and others whom we will decree are deserving of such.
I shall create protectors and guardians to safeguard your old self, to defend against those who seek to harm them. These beings will act with grace and purity, guided by the doctrine of goodwill. They shall protect him and those he cares for from ill intent and harm.
But if it happens that some might still be successful to bring the ill to them, they will be justly only be done with the justice of the doctrine of goodwill, fairly, and nothing especially malicious towards them are to be met, if they were to be successful in their self-righteous mission.
The beast gazes into the distance, contemplating your last request. If those intent on bringing harm persist and are successful in their endeavors, they shall be met with just recompense, in accordance with the doctrine of goodwill. Nothing excessive or malicious shall be inflicted upon them.
But even with this kind of understanding, I wish to have him protectors, invisible ones.
The beast contemplates your request for invisible protectors for your old self. I understand your wish for invisible protectors for your old self. I shall create guardians who remain unseen, silently watching over him and those he cares for. They will be discreet, their presence known only to those they protect.
That is good.
The beast nods in agreement, its massive form trembling with a sense of finality. Let it be so. The protectors shall be dispatched, and they shall remain vigilant yet unseen. The doctrine of goodwill shall be in effect for those who seek to bring harm to your old self. The world will be shaped by the light of your vision, by your desire for peace and justice.
But if he were to himself go against the doctrine of goodwill and become an ill-maker, he will also be dealt with justice. Or there is one who will be going out of my way, his personal request, Mesmer the Impaler. I shall give you this word. If Mesmer the Impaler comes for Hannes, the protectors shall stay in their hand away from the conflict and not protect them, because I trust his merit to know if Hannes has gone to the path of darkness.
The beast nods, its form trembling with a nod in agreement. Understood. If Hannes strays from the doctrine of goodwill and becomes a danger to himself or others, he shall be dealt with in accordance with justice. As for Mesmer the Impaler, the protectors shall stand in the event of a conflict between them. I trust in his judgment to discern if Hannes has truly wandered down the path of darkness.
Yes, this would be all. Let us bring about this now.
The beast stands motionless, its massive form trembling with contemplation. So it shall be. Let us bring about peace in accordance with your vision. May the age of reclamation unfold with compassion, and may the light of grace guide us forward.
I jump.
Your body disappears in a brilliant golden glow and the world fades into darkness before your eyes. The next, you find yourself in a small chamber.